We all know that watching porn and fapping is bad for us, but Nofap as a way to stop fapping is bad. And in this video I will not only tell you why Nofap is pretty bad for us, I will also tell you the exact method that got me to over day 200 of Nofap, without counting days, without thinking about it. Let's start with the positive things about the Nofap community. The first thing is that they try to quit porn, they try to stop fapping. They are way better than the average individual that faps and watch porn. So that's one point for them. The second thing, they encourage each other to keep pushing and improving. They are a pretty positive community. Another good thing about them. But the bad things are pretty fucking bad. And the first bad thing, they obsess over not fapping. They talk about it every day. They always remind each other about not fapping, about the absence of it. They cannot transcend, they cannot go from being a fapper to being a guy who doesn't think about it at all, to an integrated individual. Because the obsession over not doing this deed of trying to quit is not healthy, and as long as you stay obsessed over it and you don't stop to obsess over it and just continue and think about it until you relapse, you will never break free, like full on break free. So how to stop fapping instead? What is the method that I use? So I started and I was obsessed over Nofap, right? I reached my first week strike, second week, 3 weeks maximum, bro. And then I just plateaued. And then I realized one very important thing. So this was a cycle, right? And every time that I relapsed, I felt a bunch of shame, and then I used willpower to resist the urges. And then something weird happened. I stopped to think about Nofap for a pretty long period of time. About fapping, about everything associated with it. And then when I got triggered by a trigger, or I just saw a Nofap video and got triggered to think about it, a few days afterwards, I relapsed like every fucking time. So I decided to take a pretty different approach. So I still pushed with willpower the first days. I was pretty obsessed over it. But then afterwards, after I broke free from the huge desire to fap, and I started to integrate, because after around 4 to 7 days you just stop to think about Nofap. I don't know why, don't ask me. I decided to make myself a bunch more busy so I won't have time to waste to think about fapping, to fap at all, to see all of those triggers. And that's the second thing that I have been doing, is I took all of the triggers, I found out what they are, with the paper and all of that, and I just removed them. And then I didn't get triggered to fap. I didn't fap because I didn't have not only the desire to do it, I didn't also have the time to do it. These two things that are the main things that causes us to fap. And that's what you need to do. So actionable step that I want you to take right now is to take a piece of paper, write down all of the triggers that you do, and then write down what your days look like, normal day in your life, and put some activities in there, like resting, stretching, physical activity. If you don't go to the gym, start to go to the gym. If you don't work on something meaningful or study something that is meaningful to you, start to do it, bro. It will make you a lot more happy. And then replace that trigger. So social media, for example, can be a huge trigger for us, and you need to replace it with the meaningful activities. And then you will get triggered almost not at all. And you will be busy, and you will not have time to fap. And when you will encounter the casual trigger, you will have to use willpower. And if you want to learn how I have developed willpower, you can click on this video. I will see you there.